As we celebrate the first of the scrutinies with the elect this Sunday, who are preparing for the Easter sacraments at the Vigil, the Church gives us the story of the woman at the well. The story of the Samaritan woman who comes and Jesus expresses his thirst to her, and then meets the thirst that she knows in her own spirit. And at play is the sense of thirst, maybe the power of water, Jesus, the water of life, but also the sense of dryness and desert and thirst. And sometimes, maybe especially in the scrutiny, we'll use this sense of dryness and desert as an acknowledgement of sin that needs the quenching waters of the Lord. But there's something more that is also true, and that is the way that thirst is an expression, a symbol, a metaphor for love. That desire, that longing, that insatiable, need. And as we might know the longing for water, Jesus teases out the longing of our hearts for love, for God. And this first scrutiny is about recognizing where love is missing, where love is replaced by selfishness or greed or pride, so that we can be more open, as the woman eventually became at the well, to receive an outpouring of God's love, because God loves us and wants to share his love with us. But again, the story is deeper than that. It starts as a story of God whose love for us, whose longing for us, whose desire for us was more powerful than the thirst he felt under the noon sun, having walked parched through this desert land. Because love is even more powerful than our physical thirst. And we see an expression of God's thirst, of God's love, of God's longing for you and me. And that's really where the story starts, with God's love for us, for God's longing for us, God's perfect, pure, humble, not at all selfish love, desire, longing for you and me. And how that encounter with his love might also fix some of the sin in our lives, overcome some of the selfishness and pride and pleasure in my life, so that there's room for me also, receiving his love, to also desire and long for and give my love, to be maybe even more practical and concrete, to become an instrument of God's love, of God's desire and longing, of God's gift to our brothers and sisters, especially in these days of Lenten preparation, as our brothers and sisters prepare for the Easter sacraments and we prepare our hearts to celebrate the death and resurrection, the incredible love of our God.